I'm just glad everything worked out.
Affordable dentures and implants just got even more affordable.
I saw you strolling down the lane.
Schedule your free consultation at affordabledentures.com or call 1-800-DENTURE today.
Personal injury firms are popping up all over. So who should you choose? Tolbert Beetle has been right here for decades. Selecting the right law firm matters. Results matter. Tolbert Beetle, when you need justice.
At Dale's Roofing, we know every winning season starts with a plan. When we arrive, our plan starts at the top with your roof. Step 1, annual roof inspections. Step 2, clean gutters. Step 3, document everything. Prep for the what if. The Dale's Roofing Stay Dry Maintenance Club is your playbook for protection. 1 low annual fee, 0 surprises, and a team that never takes a snap off. Join the Stay Dry Maintenance Club at Dale's Roofing today, because great defense is always by design.
Make game day a winner with Gettin' Basted Barbecue. Whether you're tailgating or couch gating, fuel up with delicious championship barbecue. Dine in or take out and score big for your watch party. This season, score the winning barbecue from Gettin' Basted Barbecue.
Affordable dentures and implants just got even more affordable.
I saw you strolling down the lane.
Schedule your free consultation at affordabledentures.com or call 1-800-DENTURE today.
Join the fun with Tom Turton, only on Unscripted.
Tonight on Ozarks First News at 5, Missourians are finally starting to receive some SNAP benefits. We speak to one local woman about how the federal back and forth has forced her to adjust. And
then the third time, I'm like, okay, why would you now do this to a church that you know is giving back to the community?
a church food pantry broken into 3 times by thieves, how they're leaning on the community to help restock. And later, we're honoring our veterans today. We'll introduce you to a 100-year-old veteran sharing his experience in World War II. Ozarks First, News at 5 starts now.
This is Ozarks First, News at 5.
The House is set to vote as early as tomorrow afternoon on a measure to fund the government. Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Jesse Inman. The Senate broke the stalemate last night, passing a bill to end the longest government shutdown in American history. 8 members of the Democratic caucus split with the party, voting with Republicans to support the package that will fund the government through the end of January, extend funding for SNAP benefits for a full year, and reverse shutdown-related layoffs of federal workers. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says travel disruptions would have been worse if a deal had not been reached.
This Thursday and Friday, I think you would have seen mass, double, triple the number of cancellations and delays in the airspace.
The deal does not include an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits. That's the issue at the heart of the deadlock. That's sparking some backlash from Democrats. Many Missourians have received partial SNAP funding this week as the shutdown continues. It's a sign of relief for families, especially with Thanksgiving just a couple of weeks away. Ozarks First Parker Paget is live in Springfield outside of one of the many offices for SNAP in our area. Parker, there was some legal back and forth today when it came to SNAP benefits.
Yeah, the Trump administration has asked the Supreme Court to halt full payments at this time. It's a point that might be irrelevant if the government shutdown ends soon. It's something that could happen as early as later this week. Now, I spoke to a woman who relies on these benefits to make ends meet and is glad to see some funding, but says there could still be some negative impacts.
My son lost his dad to cancer, so I'm having to do it all myself without help from him or anything like that. So that's food stamps is the most help I get at all. And without that, we're struggling.
Brandy Villa is just one of the nearly 670,000 Missourians who have been without SNAP benefits this month as a result of the government shutdown. This morning, she woke up with a partial payment.
They only gave me $85 out of about $268. I was surprised I got anything.
While glad to see the support, she's had to make adjustments on top of living paycheck to paycheck.
It's been rough. I've been having to dig into my paychecks early to go and get food in the house, to where when I do finally get my paycheck, I don't have enough money on my check to pay my bills, my rent, or get more food because I already spent it on food.
Villa, who is a single mom, says she's working as much as she can, but struggles to make ends meet, and says comments on social media she sees about SNAP recipients gaming the system for free money isn't the reality that she lives.
It's messed up that, they're saying that we're not working hard enough or working enough hours to provide, but they don't know everyone's situation.
Despite a partial payment with the adjustments she's made, there still could be impacts later this month.
It's unfortunate me and my son might have to miss Thanksgiving this year just because of not having the funds or the food to do it. Yeah, it's just been a real struggle in general.
Villa tells me it's unclear when the remaining funds should come into her account. Reporting live in Springfield, Parker Paget, Ozarks First.
Let's take a look at our forecast now, and this is what it looks like from our tower camera. As we look to the west, the sun's setting, creating a beautiful picture for us here in the 5 o'clock hour. Getting a warm up, though, after several freezing nights, a windy day blowing in that warmer weather for us. Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner here. Jamie, are we going to be getting a little colder tonight as well?
No, it looks like temperatures are going to stay above freezing tonight. We saw a big pop in temperatures today. Once the high cloudiness moved out and when sunny skies took over, winds ramped up, got gusty, and temperatures climbed into the 60s. We're at 60 now, coming off our highs in the mid 60s today, still a full 26 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. Very dramatic shift in temperatures here over the last 24 hours. Overnight tonight, if you're going to be out and about this evening, still breezy, so you'll want a jacket as temperatures fall into the 40s. And then by morning, it looks like readings will drop into the upper 30s. Looking ahead, mild weather is back, and it's back to stay, at least through the rest of this week and through this upcoming weekend. And I still think we're looking at near record highs Friday and Saturday. In fact, it's looking more and more likely that the area will hit those records, especially on Saturday. The next storm follows, but it looks a little bit slower to arrive. More on all this coming up. Jesse?
All right, Jamie, thanks. If you know a veteran or you have one in your household, you know the sacrifices they've made for the United States. Today, a local American Legion is serving up a warm meal as a thank you to those who have served. Ozarks First Carissa Codell live at American Legion Post 639 in Springfield. Carissa.
Yeah, Jesse, dinner is about to be served here at the post on Scenic Avenue, and the veterans tell me the free meals are great, but what's even better is the sense of community.
I mean, it's not medicine, but it helps us to visit with each other and learn what others have done and to help each other when they need it. So.
Army veteran Gary Bachman tells me the American Legion post in Springfield is almost therapeutic for veterans.
You don't have to watch your back out like you do at a lot of places. Just comfortable.
Ron Jackson served in the Navy. He says he prominently remembers the sound of helicopters in Vietnam and the vast amount of barbed wire.
I was in Nam for about a year and a half and didn't get the best reception when we came back. And the remembrance is kind of nice.
I had 3 cousins, Army, Navy, Air Force, Vietnam. I did what I could. They did more.
Bachman tells me he was stateside while his family was in Vietnam, and that never sat right with him.
I just want people to remember veterans.
And you can see here festivities are just about to get started. They are trying to warm up that dinner to make sure that everyone here gets fed, gets that free meal. We will continue to be here to follow that dinner and speak to these veterans. And if you want to see any more local stories on your local veterans, you can go to our website, ozarsfirst.com, and click on the Veterans Voices tab. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Carissa Codell, Ozarks First.
Story tonight. Carissa, thanks. We here at Ozarks First are honoring our local veterans and sharing their incredible stories, including a World War II veteran I sat down with who just turned 100 years old back in September. Sergeant Ben LaFawn served in the Army Air Force in the 1940s and shared his memories with me of what life was like during some of the major moments of World War II, including Pearl Harbor, D-Day, and his time overseas. He entered service 2 months before D-Day and was deployed to Munich, Germany shortly after the war ended.
We were doing inspection work on trains that came in with airplane parts and all kinds of things. It was so destroyed. Even the train depot, it was literally bombed and it was pieces.
Right now on OzarksFirst.com, you can hear Sergeant LaFawn's full story, including his interactions with the German POW and the treacherous trip back to the States from overseas. And Sergeant LaFawn is one of the many veterans you'll hear from in our Veterans Day special, Veterans Voices. You can catch it at 6 p.m. over on Fox 49 KRBK, 6:30 here on Color 10 after the 6 o'clock news, or at 10 p.m. on KOZL. All of those stories of these veterans are on OzarksFirst.com. We're asking you in our question of the day, how are you honoring veterans? On OzarksFirst.com/vote, or you can scan the QR code at the top of the screen. Maybe it was a parade, a ceremony, maybe you're volunteering, going to a memorial, or is it something else? Let us know. Again, OzarksFirst.com/vote. We'll check the results at the end of the newscast. Later in the show, a family reunited with their cat 1 year after it was swept away in a hurricane. We'll introduce you to the cat that has used up maybe most of its 9 lives. And President Trump asks to have the verdict in his sexual abuse case overturned, why he says the judge made an error in the case, when Ozarks First News at 5 returns.
This is Ozarks First News at 5 with Jesse Inman and Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warrener.
Need expert advice on your next project? At Harry Cooper Supply, our team is ready to help support your vision.
Every day, remarkable women shape our community. She leads, she inspires, and she changes lives.
Now, Ozarks First wants your help recognizing her impact and achievements.
Visit OzarksFirst.com to nominate an extraordinary woman in your life. Share her story and help us celebrate the difference she makes in our community. Together, let's shine a light on what makes women in the Ozarks truly remarkable.
This November, Downstream Casino Resort is stuffing your pockets with cash. It's the $100,000 Cash Bash. Every Saturday, drawings start at 5 p.m. Every half hour, one lucky winner will pocket $1,000. At 10 p.m., one lucky winner will feast on a fortune with a grand prize drawing of $10,000 cash. Join us Saturdays in November and stuff your pockets with winnings. Only at Downstream Casino Resort. Must be 18 year old. See Q Club for details. Must be present to win the grand prize.
That's the best that I can do.
We can't get approved for that kind of money.
Call my guy. He can get anybody approved.
We still have to make payments.
You'll be fine.
Three Stone Homes can do it for nearly half the cost, and we can get our land included in the financing.
Three Stone who?
Three Stone Homes. I get more home for less money.
Come on out to Rogersville and see why we say
Three Stone Homes, more home, less money.
Get an 11% rebate on your next project at Menards. Update your exterior wall lights with Patriot Lighting. Shop a variety of styles in-store and on Menards.com. Get this night sky outdoor wall light for $21.97 after rebate. Create a relaxing atmosphere with Sylvania's white filament LED light bulbs. They offer a vintage look with modern technology and look great off and on. Now only $444 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm attorney Tim Hayes. At Bishop & Hayes, we've spent the last 25 years representing thousands of individuals who've been injured or have lost a family member as a result of an auto accident. Insurance adjusters will typically send large amounts of paperwork and ask you to sign this or sign that. Sometimes signing this paperwork can reduce the value of your claim. Before you sign anything, call or text Bishop & Hayes at 417-222-2222.
Trump wants the Supreme Court to overturn a verdict that found him liable for sexual abuse and defamation of columnist E. Jean Carroll. Trump was ordered to pay $5 million in the civil court case last year. Carroll claimed Trump sexually abused her in the 1990s. The president argues the judge made several errors by allowing other women who accused him of sexual assault to testify. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit denied Trump's appeal last year. Well, Congress just made major progress toward ending the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. In today's Political Minute, Blake Berman breaks down what's next in the deal.
A deal to reopen the government. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. The U.S. Senate passing a deal Monday that would end the longest government shutdown ever. The legislation now heads to the House for a vote as early as Wednesday. President Trump has signaled support for the deal. It funds the government through January 30th. Some departments, including Veterans Affairs and the Department of Agriculture, which funds food stamps, would be funded through September. It also reverses layoffs of federal workers who were fired during the shutdown. Democrats were pushing for an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits, but the deal only guarantees a vote on them in the Senate before the end of this year. Now, if it passes, Congress will have to address how to fund the government again beyond January 30th or face potentially another shutdown. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Well, we've just had a nice taste of winter here for the first time this season, even though we just got underway with fall, it seems like, a few days ago. But getting a break from those freezing temperatures now. How long will that last? Jamie lets us know in his full forecast next.
Playing bingo with my friends is so fun, but if I can't see the numbers, I just can't play.
At Missouri Eye Institute, we've been helping patients enjoy their quality time with our cataract services. Our team is with you throughout the entire journey, and our personal approach means no long wait for exams and surgery.
Thanks to Missouri Eye Institute, I'm playing bingo every week, and I won! Bingo!
Missouri Eye Institute, come join us on your journey to a better life.
Hey, Missouri, are you ready to get your bet on? That's right, FanDuel is coming soon. It's America's #1 sportsbook. And from live betting to same-game parlays, FanDuel has it all. So don't miss your chance to kick off this party in Missouri.
Here at Papo's, we keep it real, we keep it fresh.
Fresh ingredients ensures every bite is packed with flavor. Visit Papo's Pizzeria and Pub, where every visit is a celebration of great food, great beer, and great company.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend.
So happy together.
And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Red Tag. Now well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. Plus, Costco executive members can get a 1215 members-only incentive.
When you bring a pet home, they become part of the family. When they pass, they deserve the same loving care that all your family members receive. At Cherish Pets Funeral Home and Crematory, we have set the new standard for pet aftercare with our full-service pet funeral home. We offer services ranging from true private cremations, burials, celebrations of life, pet tracking, and more, so your family can say a proper goodbye. Visit us online at cherishpetsfuneralhome.com to learn more. Cherished Pets, Cherished Memories.
What a difference one day has made across the area. Temperatures, they got cold last night. Before midnight, got down to 24 degrees, but they climbed after midnight. We're up to near freezing by morning, and temperatures continue to climb from there. We made it into the mid-60s this afternoon, sitting at 60 right now. Now, the warmth, a lot of times when it returns this time of the year and through winter and spring, it comes with some wind. And we had gusts today, wind gusts getting very close to 40 miles per hour in a lot of spots. Vichy reported a gust to 38. Monette reported a wind gust to 37. Springfield 36. And you can see in places like West Plains and Harrison also gusts over 30 miles per hour. Now, We also had a fair amount of high cloudiness this morning, but all that moved out by afternoon, and it's been beautiful ever since. And it looks like we're going to have clear skies tonight and tomorrow. Here's the setup. We've got another cold front to our north dropping south toward I-70. Warmer air has been blowing in today on those gusty southwest winds. And not to worry with that cold front. It's going to be a flop as it moves through the area. It'll wash out to our south tomorrow late in the day. High pressure will be building in too, and that means light winds on Wednesday, coupled with sunshine and highs in the mid to upper 60s. That area high pressure glides off to the east, and looks like warmer air will be blowing north again, expanding to the north back into Iowa and northern Missouri, and we'll see our temperatures likely edge a little bit higher as well. As for the future cast, I think for tonight, again, we're going to be looking at clear skies again tomorrow for most areas, maybe a few high clouds sneaking by across our central counties here in Missouri. And then as we head into Thursday, I do expect an increase in high cloudiness by morning, and then a big wave of high clouds spreading across the area, giving us filtered sunshine throughout much of the day on Thursday. Temperatures tonight cooling into the 30s, but staying above freezing in most areas, about 37 in Springfield. And then tomorrow, I think we may be able to add a few degrees to that high temperature, 68 in Springfield with night north winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Thursday, despite the cloud cover, I still think we're getting into the upper 60s to low 70s. And then looking ahead to this upcoming weekend, it still looks like we are going to find even warmer readings. So we're going to go from 36 yesterday to 76 on Friday, and I think upper 70s on Saturday. It looks very likely that we'll be able to get up to around 78 Saturday afternoon, which would tie the record high of 78 for that date. Now, looking ahead, we've been talking about this storm system, and every day it seems like that thing slows down more and more. Looks like it will get detached from the main area of flow to the north, so it's kind of going to get left behind, but it does eventually get picked up by early next week, and it looks like rain may spread back into the area around Monday of next week, and it could come with a chance for some thunderstorm activity. There's a look at temperatures. You can see, again, warm going into the weekend. Not bad on Sunday, though, about 67 for a high. Cooler on Monday with that chance for showers, and still mild on Tuesday. And looking down the road throughout the rest of next week, I think there may be a couple of additional storm systems to impact the area with more wet weather chances. Jesse?
All right. Jamie, thanks. They say cats have 9 lives, but depending on where one feline named Bootsy has been the past year, we figure she's down to 8 at the most. Jackie and Stuart Pacio lost everything in September of last year when floodwaters from Hurricane Helene filled their home outside Asheville, North Carolina. There's Bootsy right there. They lost everything, including their 7-year-old cat, or so they thought.
We heard a meow, and
I said, that sounds like Bootsy.
yeah.
I couldn't stop crying, and my husband said, you better quit, you're going to scare her away. We feel like it's a sign of hope, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good sign of hope.
Maybe things are gonna turn around for us.
What a story. Her owners think she may have gotten trapped on the other side of the creek and couldn't make it back home until recently when crews finished rebuilding a nearby bridge. Now, those cats don't want to go in the water. I understand that. Up next, new parents, make sure to check your pantries. We're telling you what you need to know about a recall for formula that's making babies sick. Those details right after this.
This Veterans Day, Leland Vittert goes inside the nation's most historic military academy and sits down with Bill O'Reilly to explore America's military legacy. America's Greatest Warriors, tonight at 10/9 Central, only on News Nation. To find News Nation, go to newsnationnow.com.
If someone hit you and you ended up here, we can help.
The Law Office of Dr. Brad Bradshaw.
It's time to transform your home with Pella Windows and Doors. We have windows or doors for any home and every budget. Come visit our showroom or schedule your in-home appointment today at 448 West Battlefield or visit PellaSpringfield.com.
Greenlight, voted Southwest Missouri favorite and your go-to for quick, convenient service. With 3 locations across the Southwest Missouri area, we're never far away. Our drive-through and express windows make it easy to get in, get out, and get on with your day. Our award-winning service is powered by a team of experts dedicated to making your experience seamless and enjoyable. It's no wonder we've been voted the best. Convenient locations, fast service, knowledgeable staff. That's the green light difference. Visit us today.
At Thrasher Foundation Repair, we promise to give you an experience so remarkable, you'll give us a 5-star review. Whether you have a wet basement, bowing or cracked walls, sinking concrete, or a nasty crawl space, Thrasher's the only company you need to call. Join over 200,000 customers that have experienced the Thrasher promise. Thrasher, local, family-owned for over 50 years. When it's time to fix your home's problems, trust the Thrasher promise.
A sunroom or patio enclosure extends your living space and connects you to the outdoors. Our team will custom design a space that fits your lifestyle and enhances the beauty of your home. With over 4,000 sunrooms built in the Ozarks, call Modern Exteriors today and get up to $2,500 off and a free consultation.
Modern Exteriors, where quality and price become friends.
It's time to transform your home with Pella Windows and Doors. We have windows or doors for any home and every budget. Come visit our showroom or schedule your in-home appointment today at 448 West Battlefield or visit PellaSpringfield.com.
A St. Louis church that has been feeding families for almost 4 decades is asking for help tonight. St. Luke Memorial Missionary Baptist Church says thieves broke into its food pantry 3 times in a week, stealing thousands of dollars worth of food and clothes set aside for a pre-Thanksgiving distribution.
My first thought was, I'm hoping that it's somebody that actually needs it. Because they could have just called. My numbers is on the flyers. I've come down many occasions outside of our open hours and let them come in, let them go shopping.
Church volunteers say the pantry was fully stocked to serve families this weekend, and now many of the shelves are nearly empty. An outbreak of infant botulism linked to baby formula appears to be growing. Federal and state health officials are reporting at least 15 babies in 12 states have been sickened since August, with the most recent cases just this month. Organic formula maker ByHeart is now recalling all batches of its whole nutrition infant formula. That's both cans and anywhere packs. ByHeart says anyone with the formula in their homes should stop using it immediately and throw it out. This season, we here at Ozarks First are putting the Ozarks first, but we need your help. At Springfield Hy-Vee locations, you can find donation barrels and scan to donate options to help local families in need this holiday season. Every dollar donated provides 4 meals, with all proceeds going directly to Ozarks Food Harvest. Coming up on Ozarks First News at 6, a new leader is stepping up to the plate for the Royals. How the new president of business is looking to help the team as they decide where the next stadium should be. That's tonight after the CBS Evening News.
Haven Home Health and Hospice. For over a decade, we're clinician-owned and locally rooted, bringing expert care home to the Ozarks. With Haven, you're never a number, you're family. Haven Home Health and Hospice, caring where it matters most.
John Wayne Heating and Air wants to save you thousands. Take advantage of 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system. Call John Wayne Heating and Air and save big before November 30th for 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system.
Buffalo Run Casino and Resort is proud to welcome pop punk rockers Bowling for Soup to the Peoria Showplace stage Saturday, November 29th. Get your 18 and up tickets now at BuffaloRun.com. Saturday, November 29th, it's Bowling for Soup at Buffalo Run Casino and Resort, I-44 exit 313, Miami, Oklahoma.
Yahtzee Custom Structures, a trusted barn builder since 2005. We specialize in post-frame buildings and custom-built homes. So if you're looking for a long-lasting and well-designed pole barn, a custom-built home, a hobby shop, or an elegant and durable barn dominium, give us a call. We even do commercial properties. We offer fully staffed crews to ensure customers' projects will be started and finished within a reasonable time frame. And we stock our own quality lumber and supplies, so there are no delays with third-party vendors. Your next building is closer than you think with Yahtzee Custom Structures.
Seems Bill's up the creek without a paddle. That's not funny. And while he really wants a new boat, at Central Bank, we're helping Bill plan for what's most important, like retiring early and fishing whenever he wants. Hey, Bill, try it again.
Fine.
Hope a new boat's part of this plan. Dream bigger, Bill. We're thinking about a cabin, too.
Now that's a plan.
Let's be honest, elder care is overwhelming. We cut through all the jargon.
And we get real answers that help you. And Good Company podcast, Elder Care in Your Backyard. Subscribe today.
Tonight. The inmate escaped from Morris Federal Prison. It's actually one of Gibbs' first cases.
Got a damn body here!
There was a bullet in his heart.
Everyone in this town is lying to us.
Now it's our turn to finish it.
Over the years, the outside changes, but inside, you still feel all the same things.
Mark Harmon returns in the NCIS crossover event. CBS Tonight and streaming on Paramount+.
All right, your responses for the question of today. People find a lot of ways out there, Jamie, to honor veterans today. And really, today, not a bad weather day to do so.
No, parades, I think, went off without a hitch with sunshine and warmer weather finally.
More warmth on the way. See you back here at 6.
The bill as amended is passed.
Using planes, trains, and automobiles, members of the House rush back to the seat of a shutdown government to try to open it up.
Also tonight, a manufacturer recalls all its organic baby formula as a botulism outbreak spreads.
The U.S. is threatening big tariffs that could raise the price and cut the supply of pasta imported from Italy.
Raising prices 107% is worrisome, especially for pasta.
17 years in the Army, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. And saluting America's fallen heroes with precision, dignity, and eternal gratitude.
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News.
Good evening, I'm John Dickerson.
I'm Maurice Dubois.
Members of the House of Representatives are heading back to Washington to vote tomorrow on a Senate-passed bill that would reopen the government.
But many of them are having to navigate their way around the air travel disruptions the shutdown has caused.
At least 1,200 flights were canceled on this 42nd day of the shutdown, the 5th straight day that more than 1,000 were grounded.
Political correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns is on Capitol Hill, but we begin with senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve at Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix. Chris.
Delays have eased. Maybe it's an effort to get Congress back to Washington. On Saturday, we saw 81 FAA facilities with staffing issues. Last night, we counted 18. Today, just 3. But even the transportation secretary says if the House doesn't act fast and reopen the government, things could get worse very quickly.
Even with a potential end to the government shutdown in sight, day 42 brought plenty of flyer uncertainty.
I'm concerned about Friday coming back because they're supposed to ramp up the cancellations by 10% then. So we'll just have to see.
We're just hoping and praying for the best.
Persistent FAA sick calls led to a bruising stretch for travelers that saw close to 40,000 delays and nearly 10,000 cancellations since Friday. Tuesday saw improvement for the airlines, but came after they canceled 6% of flights at 40 of the busiest airports. That'll grow to 10% by Friday, per the FAA, to help ease the burden on the system. Air traffic controllers and TSA officers missed a second paycheck today. Controller Joe Segreto.
It's tough when your children are asking you questions about, Dad, can we, go on vacation, or can we do this, or can we do dance, or can we do basketball, and you don't have those extra funds. It's terrible.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
How quickly will air traffic controllers get paid? So they'll be paid within 24 to 48 hours of the government opening. They'll get 70% of their back pay in that time frame.
Congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns is tracking the lawmakers' trek to Washington.
After being out of session since the government shutdown began, House lawmakers scrambled back to Washington ahead of the key Wednesday vote. Wisconsin Republican Derek Van Orden fired up his Harley for a 950-mile ride to avoid flight delays.
I couldn't afford to have my plane canceled.
While Massachusetts Democrat Jim McGovern chose the train. He's outraged the bill the House will take up does not include health care subsidies.
We're not letting anybody off the hook. We're not done fighting.
The measure passed by the Senate late Monday night would fund the government through January 30th, reverse the layoffs of federal workers during the shutdown, and pay back those who were furloughed.
We're opening up our country. Should have never been closed. Should have never been closed.
The bill would also fund SNAP benefits or food assistance through next year. The end of the shutdown can't come soon enough for people like Katrina Cassander, a furloughed federal worker who launched her own food pantry for her neighbors.
They come in and they break down in tears because they said they didn't know what they were going to do. They're working and they're not getting paid, and they didn't know what they were going to do.
Now, there is a lot riding on lawmakers' travel plans because House Speaker Mike Johnson can only afford to lose 2 Republican votes if all the Democrats vote no. And if this bill passes, it could head to the president's desk for signature as early as tomorrow night. Maurice and John.
Caitlin Huey-Burns in Washington for us. Thank you.
It's been more than 4 months since the deadly flooding at Camp Mystic in the Texas Hill Country. Now families of some of the girls who were killed are suing the owners of the camp.
The families say it was a preventable tragedy. Jason Allen has reported extensively on this disaster and has our update.
When a swollen Guadalupe River rushed through central Texas on July 4th, 25 girls, their 2 counselors, and the director at Camp Mystic were among more than 130 people who died. Now parents of several of those girls are holding camp operators responsible.
This wasn't an act of God. This was an act of pure complacency.
Blake Bonner testified to Texas lawmakers in August that his daughter Lila paid the price for following an emergency plan that was destined to fail. One of the suits accuses the Eastland family that owns the camp of choosing to house young girls in cabins sitting in flood-prone areas. The suit highlights alleged instructions to campers to stay in those cabins when they easily could have walked to safety in a matter of minutes. After the first flash flood warnings were issued, the suit alleges rather than turning to the cabins, they convened the grounds crew and started securing equipment.
The actions of those at Camp Mystic are not the reasons that these young ladies died.
Michael Watts represents the Eastland family and Camp Mystic.
They never got warning that that level of flood was coming, and that was a function of the state of Texas.
Mystic is planning to open again next summer on a part of the property that did not flood in July. Summer camps are a deeply ingrained part of the community in Central Texas. We asked residents Lindsay Robertson and Elizabeth Schneider about the reopening plans when we went back to the region last month.
What was your reaction when the announcement came from Camp Mystic that they would reopen next summer?
Joy. Relief, happiness, joy.
Robertson clung to a tree to survive the flood, while her son,
Palmer, you in a tree,
called out to a friend for help. The survival of the camps is important to recovery, they said, both for the community and for their own children who attended Camp Mystic last summer.
We've all lost a lot, and to get a glimmer of hope just brings us so much peace and joy amidst the grief.
You feel like you can do those things at the same time?
Of course.
Jason Allen, CBS News, Fort Worth.
Now to a widening recall of organic baby formula linked to an outbreak of botulism among infants.
Botulism is a rare but serious illness that can make it difficult for a baby to breathe. Joel Kent has important information tonight for parents.
Infant formula maker ByHeart has expanded its voluntary recall, removing all of its baby formula from shelves. At least 15 babies have been hospitalized across 12 states with infant botulism after consuming ByHeart formula.
How are those babies doing?
You know, I expect them all to do well, although being hospitalized can be a nightmare for any parent.
Dr. Marty McCary is commissioner of the FDA, which is investigating the cases, and inspected one of the company's manufacturing facilities yesterday.
So we did test one of the bottles from this company and did confirm that there in fact was a botulism pathogen.
Nationwide, there have been 84 cases of infant botulism in the last 3 months. Typically, there are about 100 cases in an entire year. Kids younger than 1 are especially vulnerable because their little bodies can't easily fight it off. Symptoms can include constipation, drooping eyelids, and babies may feel floppy. ByHeart sells an estimated 1% of all baby formula in the U.S.
I wanted to take a few minutes to connect parent to parent.
Co-founder Mia Funt apologized to customers for the immense anxiety and fear that we have been causing you these past few days.
There is no risk of a supply shortage. I understand people have very raw memories of the last infant formula crisis years ago.
Is the supply chain for baby formula in the United States safe?
It is safe and it's strong, but it could be stronger.
We reached out to the co-founders of ByHeart, but they declined our request for an interview. And if you have ByHeart formula, the FDA recommends disposing of it immediately. ByHeart said they will replace it, and you always want to be watching for symptoms with your baby and consult a doctor immediately.
Jolene Kent, thank you.
Now to the weather and a polar vortex across the eastern half of the country.
And Lonnie Quinn up on the roof out in the cold. It brought us here in New York the first snowflakes of the season.
You betcha, John. And the snowflakes here in New York City, well, they were pretty and sort of decorative. They did not amount to anything. It was officially a trace. So in order to get your first official snowfall, you had to be able to measure. You need a 1/10 of an inch, and we didn't see that today. But if you go to the maps right now, I want to show you where the big snow fell today. It was around the Great Lakes. Portions of the Great Lakes picking up a foot of snow. And you can watch that line around Detroit moving from the west to the east. So for tonight, I'm talking the downwind shores of, say, Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. You could potentially see another 4 to 8 inches of snow. But the other thing that those winds are carrying in, not just snow, but cold air. So you look at this map, wherever you see the red color out west, those are the warm temperatures, the blues, the greens, that purple, that's where the real cold air is. So let's focus in on places like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. That's where you're way below where you should be. So for Jacksonville, Florida, tomorrow morning, maybe 35 degrees. That's 21 degrees below average. 35, not a record for tomorrow, but this morning, get this, Jacksonville, 28 degrees, crushing the record by about 7 degrees. And that number this morning was 25 to 30 degrees colder than they should be in Jacksonville, Florida. In fact, Jacksonville colder than Portland, Maine this morning.
Lonnie Quinn, thank you.
Now more of the top stories from around the world in tonight's evening news roundup. Sources telling CBS News the Trump administration is planning to move the Border Patrol chief Gregory Bovino and some of his agents out of the Chicago area as early as this week. More than 200 Border Patrol agents have been supporting the immigration crackdown known as Operation Midway Blitz. Some could be headed to Charlotte, North Carolina for a similar mission known as Charlotte Web.
The Justice Department is investigating a protest last night outside a Turning Point USA event at the University of California, Berkeley. The protest turned violent, and Attorney General Pam Bondi is blaming Antifa. This was the final stop on a college tour that Charlie Kirk had started before he was assassinated in Utah 2 months ago.
The police in Royal Oak, Michigan, near Detroit, released a video of a chase that ended with a woman crashing her SUV into an Ulta beauty store. It happened on Sunday. The woman, suspected of driving drunk, tried a number of times to back out of the store, but ended up getting stuck inside.
CBS News in San Francisco has obtained video of a light rail operator falling asleep at the controls during a morning rush hour commute in September. Passengers aboard the 2-car train were jostled and fell as it took a turn at 50 miles an hour. The train blew through a stop and narrowly missed a car before the driver woke up and apologized. Officials say it was a case of operator fatigue.
Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, a threatened tariff on imported Italian pasta could raise the price you pay for it if you can find it at all.
Everything is better with Delectable's lickable treat gravy. Those real meat shreds and a savory sauce. Whoa, hold up, Mama. Where you going with that Delectable's gravy? Delectable's lickable treat.
Deliciously delectable Delectables.
Grime working overtime? Dr. T?
That's plaque bacteria, and it can spread. Try Crest Pro Health. Its antibacterial technology kills 99% of bacteria to protect the whole mouth. Other toothpaste don't. Crest.
Is your asthma rescue a dinosaur? Air Supra is the only asthma rescue inhaler FDA approved to treat symptoms and help prevent asthma attacks. Air Supra should not be used as a maintenance treatment for asthma. Get medical help right away if your breathing doesn't improve or worsens, or for serious allergic reactions like rash, mouth or tongue swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing, or chest pain. Using Air Supra more than prescribed could be life-threatening. Serious side effects include increased risk of thrush or infections or heart problems like faster heart rate and higher blood pressure. Ask your doctor if Air Supra is right for you.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold or Flu Fizzy Chews. Chew, fizz. Feel better fast. No water needed. Alka-Seltzer Plus Fizzy Chews.
Welcome to Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases designed to elevate your comfort and sleep experience. Plus, you can snooze now and pay later with 0% interest for 72 months. Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Don't miss it.
Milk? You got a rumble in your tumble that you don't want to address.
I don't know.
You can have your milk and smile. Lactate's in the real milk aisle. Lactate.
At Ameriprise Financial, we know our clients are so much more than clients. They're go-getters and game changers, legacy leavers and visionaries, healers and confidants. The goals that matter most to you matter most to us. Helping you achieve them is what we do best. With personal financial advice from an advisor you can trust and goal-based investing in solutions, it's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial. Advice worth talking about.
For lovers of imported Italian pasta, about the worst thing you can put on it is a tariff.
But the Trump administration is threatening to do just that. Meg Oliver reports the triple-digit import tax could lead to pasta shortages and add dollars to the cost of penne.
It's no secret Americans love their pasta, but some popular brands from Italy may have to say arrivederci to U.S. store shelves.
What would you do if your brand stopped selling to America?
I'd be disappointed. We would have to look for other alternatives.
The U.S. government is threatening 13 Italian pasta makers with a 107% tariff, accusing the companies of dumping cheap products in the United States, undercutting American companies. The Italian brands have denied any wrongdoing.
Most of our clientele is coming here to buy Italian imported products, especially pasta.
For Salvador Piccolo, owner of Piccolo's Italian specialty store in Ridgewood, New Jersey, the new duties could be bad for business. 95% of the products he sells are imported from Italy.
If prices go up, how will you pay for that?
We can only absorb so much. At the end, most likely it'll be passed down to the end consumer.
That's something they're trying to avoid at Sicily Osteria in New York City. The restaurant has stopped using pasta from Italy, instead choosing to make it themselves for less.
We don't import anymore, but now we produce, and that makes us better as a company. We have the opportunity to grow and invest a little bit more in the future.
As far as the tariffs, they're just a proposal right now and wouldn't go into effect until January. Here at Piccolo's, they sell 4 of the 13 brands of pasta that would either double in price or disappear off store shelves altogether.
Okay, Meg Oliver, thank you.
School kids respond to a ship in distress.
That is tonight's Eye in America. It's next.
I checked Allstate First and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I unlatched Bevo's gate while taking a selfie.
Bevo, no! Come back!
Checking Allstate First was really smart. Not checking Bevo's gate, though, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate First and saved hundreds. Hook 'em.
John trusts Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm John, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. I've been producing and directing for over 50 years. It's a very detailed thing, and the pressure's all on me. My boss told me about Prevagen, and I started taking it, and I noticed a change. My confidence level is stronger. I've been taking Prevagen for more than 11 years. It just works.
Prevagen has been the #1 selling brain supplement nationwide for over 10 years.
Welcome to Ashley's biggest sale of the year. During the Black Friday event, you can save up to $1,000 store-wide or pay 0% interest for 60 months. And Friday through Monday, active military and veterans can take up to an extra 10% off. Only at Ashley's Black Friday event.
Dogs of the world, take a stand against bland. Let the Beneful revolution begin. Real meat and veggies, explosive flavor, jaw-dropping variety. Beneful, kick boring in the bowl.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold or Flu Fizzy Chews. Chew, fizz. Feel better fast. No water needed. Alka-Seltzer Plus Fizzy Chews.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Look, we're great with teeth. We're toothbrushes.
But we're not the best with tongues, cheeks, and everything in between.
We need backup. The clinically proven essential oils in Listerine clean every surface of your mouth.
For whole mouth health, Listerine. Wash your mouth.
$600 a year. If you're 50 plus, you could save up to that much by switching 2 unlimited lines from Big Wireless to Consumer Cellular. And we've got the same reliable coverage. So why don't you pick up your phone while I take this hammer and... I can't feel my feet. See how we can cut your bill. If you're over 50, get 2 unlimited lines for $30 each. Call Consumer Cellular.
We all need fiber for our digestive health, but less than 10% of us get enough each day. Good thing Metamucil gummies are an easy way to get prebiotic plant-based fiber with the same amount of fiber as 2 cups of broccoli. Metamucil gummies, the easy way to get your daily fiber.
Tomorrow, Alicia Silverstone is here to celebrate a clueless anniversary.
As if.
And she slays in her new rom-com on CBS Mornings.
In tonight's Eye on America, the story of a World War II veteran. After years of service to the nation, this highly decorated hero was about to fade quietly into history. Then, as Mark Strassman reports, school kids came to the rescue.
It's massive, and it dwarfs everything around it.
Welcome aboard the battleship North Carolina. Stem to stern, America's most decorated World War II battleship. Now a shrine to sacrifice docked in Wilmington. Jay Martin is the memorial's executive director.
People feel about the battleship the same way people in New York feel about the Statue of Liberty. It's a part of us. It's a symbol of America and what makes America great.
All hands, man your battle stations.
The North Carolina set sail in 1941 as America's greatest maritime weapon, earning 15 battle stars island hopping in the Pacific Theater. But you're about to hear another story of heroics, the rescue of this battleship. By 1961, it was months away from being sold for scrap. A grassroots drive here set out an SOS, save our ship.
Let's bring the North Carolina home.
North Carolinians would donate to tow the battleship here from the scrap heap in New Jersey.
Somebody came up with the idea of let's mobilize school children, and if they each give a dime, we'll raise a substantial portion of the money we need to raise the battleship.
This ship was saved one dime at a time.
That's exactly right, and it took a whole lot of them.
Tens of thousands of school children responded. The drive raised $330,000. That's $3.5 million in 2025 dollars. The North Carolina was saved.
Hey, Frank.
Donors like Frank Carter, now a 75-year-old retired schoolteacher touring the ship he helped salvage.
Our teacher came in one day and said, we're raising money to get the battleship to come to Wilmington because it's going to be destroyed. When the battleship actually showed up, the people who had given felt like, we've really done something here.
Carter says all his classmates knew a World War II veteran. His father, Frank Carter Sr., was a soldier in North Africa.
Do you in some ways feel your father when you walk on the ship?
I feel him on the ship. I still see him as a soldier, even though I never saw him other than in pictures.
Tourists stepping onto the ship today
You just have a lot more respect for the service.
step into an era when people pull together.
Almost every day I meet somebody who says that their dime saved the ship.
Child heroics saved a battleship after she helped save the world. For Eye in America, I'm Mark Strassman in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Up next, a soldier who has long stood vigil over 3 fallen heroes known only by their sacrifice.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment? Put them in check with Rinvoq. Rinvoq works differently, and it's a once daily pill.
When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
Rapid symptom relief. Visible repair of the intestinal lining.
And lasting steroid-free remission. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Yet another toothpaste that does not whiten. Girl, this one works.
Basic toothpaste stops at the top. Crest goes deeper to dissolve the bonds that hold stains to teeth for whiter teeth in one day. Crest.
It's the dog park. The old cone of shame, right?
It's called an Elizabethan collar. There's nothing shameful about it.
Right. No. It's the dog park.
Protect your furry friend with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Welcome to Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases designed to elevate your comfort and sleep experience. Plus, you can snooze now and pay later with 0% interest for 72 months. Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Don't miss it.
If you could reimagine your pet's story, what moment would you change?
It took 2 weeks for me to discover that he had a bladder infection. I felt like I should have been able to prevent that.
Give your pet the story they deserve with proactive pet care from Petivity.
This cough.
Mucus levels are high today, huh?
Not today. I got Mucinex 12 Hour.
Mucinex 12 Hour works continuously to break up mucus and move it up and out. Rid the congestion, kill the cough.
Hair hit its breaking point? Pantene Pro-V Miracles formulas are infused with a provitamin complex, plus powerful ingredients like biotin and collagen to repair weak inner hair bonds without the $60 price tag. Give your hair a comeback story with Pantene.
My generalized myasthenia gravis was unpredictable and limited what I could do. But Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living. It is reduced muscle weakness, and Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year. For a predictable routine, I can count on.
Ultomiris may lower your ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal and other infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal. Complete or update meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before you start. If treatment is urgent, you should receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Don't start if you have a meningococcal infection. Infusion reactions may include back, belly, limb, or chest pain, muscle spasms, blood pressure changes, tiredness, shaking chills, bad taste, breathing problems, or face, tongue, or throat swelling. Ultomiris is continuous symptom control. Talk to your neurologist today.
President Trump went to America's premier military cemetery this Veterans Day and placed a wreath where rest in honored glory 3 American soldiers known but to God.
And tonight, Charlie D'Agata reports on a changing of the guard at that most solemn of national memorials.
Rain or shine, around the clock, Army Sergeant First Class Andrew J. has guarded the tomb of the unknown soldier for 2 years.
Serving people that can do nothing for me, that kind of drew me to the position.
in honor of America's unidentified lost and missing.
It's one of the hardest jobs that I ever heard about in the conventional Army. Everything is just minuscule for the margin of error. 17 years in the Army, this is the hardest thing I've ever done.
That's coming from a soldier who served 2 tours in Afghanistan.
It's not what the public would consider a normal walk.
Correct. We maintain a type of walk that mimics us floating across the plaza.
Done to the count of 21. 21 steps, 21-second pauses.
There's a 21 gun salute, so it's just the highest honor that we can place upon the unknowns.
Now, at the age of 39, Sergeant Jay has taken his last steps at the tomb. A final solemn moment of passage he chose to share with his son, 8-year-old Finn.
What did you say to him?
I just told him how special he was to me. He's the most important soul in the world to me.
Honoring generations of the past, inspiring generations of the future. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, Arlington National Cemetery.
That is the news. I'm Maurice Dubois.
I'm John Dickerson. Good night.
Boy, the fish are biting today. They are. Did I ever tell you about the big one that got away? Her name was Blanche. She was a dyslexic masseuse, but she kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Hey, look, there comes Bill.
Dale, what are those guys doing now?
I don't have any idea. Bill said that, what'd Bill say? Bill said we could do anything as long as it's on a Kubota tractor. That's right.
Really?
Welcome to Quarles Supply in Bolivar and Kubota of Lebanon, where we make it simple to buy a new Kubota.
Look what I caught.
Smart shoppers know buying in the off-season is how you get the best price. And we know the best way to keep great installers is to never have winter layoffs. The Keep Our Crews Busy sale has to be the biggest sale because we have to keep our crews busy. If you book your siding or window project now, we'll install it this winter and you'll save 30% off your siding and insulation, plus $300 off each window. Once our winter schedule is full, this sale is over. We're booking up fast, so click.
If someone hit you and you ended up here, we can help.
The Law Office of Dr. Brad Bradshaw.
We're opening up our country.
Next at 6, could the lights finally come back on in Washington, D.C.? Tonight, we preview a brewing midweek showdown in the House of Representatives as lawmakers look to reopen the federal government. And just minutes ago, the Supreme Court issuing another ruling regarding SNAP benefits. We have the very latest on the High Court's decision to block full payments. Ozarks First at 6 starts now.
This is Ozarks First News at 6.
Day 42 of the federal government shutdown is wrapping up, but could tomorrow be the last day of the historic closure? We begin tonight at 6 with a live look over Washington, D.C. Thanks for joining us here on Ozarks First. I'm Bailey Stroll. Right now, House lawmakers are traveling back to Washington following Senate members' passing of a proposed plan last night that would fund the government through January 30th. Tomorrow, the House will begin debate on the Senate-approved plan, and it does not include extending Affordable Care Act tax credits. That missing piece could spark a rough debate from Democrats.
There's some stuff in the Senate compromise that, could be good, but I don't trust the Trump administration to follow the orders.
The deal that was struck in the Senate isn't good enough for me, and I'll be voting against it.
Our job now is not to celebrate, is not to start spiking the football, but rather to make sure that we get our job done when we get back into session.
House lawmakers could vote on the plan as early as tomorrow afternoon.
It's unfortunate me and my son might have to miss Thanksgiving this year just because of not having the funds or the food to do it.
Many families, meanwhile, are still in limbo tonight. This week, the state of Missouri began dispersing partial payments of SNAP benefits to as many as nearly 670,000 recipients in the Show Me state. But within the last hour, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the pause on distributing SNAP funds will remain in place until the shutdown is over. Tonight, Ozarks First Parker Padgett is live in Springfield outside one of the many SNAP offices in our area. Parker, you spoke to the woman we just heard from who has received part of her typical monthly SNAP payment.
Yeah, Brady Villa woke up this morning with less than half of our normal SNAP benefits. As you mentioned, the Supreme Court ruled that they're halting full payments at this time. And as a single mother trying to make ends meet, that partial payment does help, but doesn't solve all of her problems. She's glad to see the shutdown is closing towards an end, but says tomorrow's hopes don't put food on the table tonight.
My son lost his dad to cancer, so I'm having to do it all myself without help from him or anything like that. So that's food stamps is the most help I get at all. And without that, we're struggling.
Brandy Villa is just one of the nearly 670,000 Missourians who have been without SNAP benefits this month as a result of the government shutdown. This morning, she woke up with a partial payment.
They only gave me $85 out of about $268. I was surprised I got anything.
While glad to see the support, she's had to make adjustments on top of living paycheck to paycheck.
It's been rough. I've been having to dig into my paychecks early to go and get food in the house, to where when I do finally get my paycheck, I don't have enough money on my check to pay my bills, my rent, or get more food because I already spent it on food.
Despite a partial payment with the adjustments she's made, there still could be impacts later this month.
It's unfortunate me and my son might have to miss Thanksgiving this year just because of not having the funds or the food to do it. Yeah, it's just been a real struggle in general.
Villa tells me it's unclear when the remaining funds will come in. Reporting live in Springfield, Parker Padgett, Ozarks First.
Thank you. And here's how you can get involved in helping fight hunger this time of year. Ozarks First is partnering with Hy-Vee for our annual Putting the Ozarks First food drive. You can find donation barrels and scan to donate options to help local families in need at both Hy-Vee locations in Springfield this holiday season. Every dollar donated provides 4 meals, and all the proceeds will benefit Ozarks Food Harvest. You can also run into some of us Ozarks First anchors at the store throughout this month and next as we help try to raise awareness for our campaign. It's been a breezy but beautiful day across the Ozarks. Warmer weather working its way back in. This is some video from around Table Rock Lake just before 3:30 this afternoon. Simply put, it was a lovely November day outside and a nice rebound from a couple of cold days. Now, a live look at downtown Springfield as the temperature has started to drop, but still not too bad out there. Let's check in on the forecast with our chief meteorologist, Jamie Warner.
And you were showing some of that fall color that has also peaked across the area. I think the peak actually happened this past weekend, and with the cold that we've had the last couple of days, and then the wind that we had today, we've seen a big leaf drop, and that will continue this week. So I think a lot of the trees are going to look pretty bare as we get into this upcoming weekend, but there'll still be some fall color to be had. Temperatures have dropped quickly this evening after a mild afternoon. We're down to 51. Winds were gusty today out of the southwest. Even 51, which is cool, is still 20 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. And our forecast overnight tonight, we're going to be able to keep those temperatures above freezing, dropping to the 40s into the upper 30s by morning. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful fall day. Mild weather is back. In fact, it looks like temperatures tomorrow will be a little bit warmer with sunny skies and lighter winds. And I'm still watching for near record highs at the end of the week, heading into this upcoming weekend. That'll be ahead of the next storm, which looks a little slower to get here. More on that coming up. Bailey.
Veterans Day here at Ozarks First. It's a day to honor our nation's military heroes, including members currently serving and those who have since retired from active duty. But it's also a time to pay tribute to veterans that have given the ultimate sacrifice so we can enjoy the liberties and freedoms in our world.
I mean, it's not medicine, but it helps us to visit with each other.
And tonight, as the nation is celebrating Veterans Day, a warm meal is being served at a Springfield American Legion post. Ozarks First, Carissa Codell is live there at post 639. Carissa, you spoke to veterans ahead of their dinner plans.
Yeah, Bailey, whenever I got here, there were maybe a dozen or so people, but now let's take a look at the crowds that are enjoying that free dinner. Now, the veterans here tell me the free meals are great, but something even better the post here offers is a sense of community.
Our veterans have a good place to visit with each other.
Army veteran Gary Bachman tells me the American Legion post in Springfield is almost therapeutic for veterans.
I mean, it's not medicine, but it helps us to visit with each other and learn what others have done and to help each other when they need it. So,
a place to hang out that you really don't have to watch your back at like you do at a lot of places. Just comfortable.
Ron Jackson served in Vietnam in the Navy.
I was in for 4 years. I learned my lesson after 4 years.
He says he prominently remembers the sound of helicopters in Vietnam and the vast amount of barbed wire.
I was in Nam for about 1.5 years and didn't get the best reception when we came back. And the remembrance is kind of nice to have people patting you on the back and telling you thank you for your service.
Jackson tells me one of the biggest turning points of all of these veterans' lives is connected to their time in the military.
I think the people in Springfield treat us pretty well. There's always an undercurrent of dissatisfaction, but most of the people are very welcoming and thankful for our service.
I had 3 cousins, Army, Navy, Air Force, Vietnam. I did what I could. They did more.
Bachman tells me he was stateside while his family was in Vietnam, and that never sat right with him.
I just want people to remember veterans.
And dinner here was served about an hour ago, and as you can see, there are plenty of veterans still here enjoying that community. And if you want to see more stories on your local veterans, you can go to our website, OzarksFirst.com, and click on that Veterans Voices tab. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Carissa Codell, Ozarks First.
All right, Carissa, thank you. In Jefferson City, Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe honored veterans at multiple stops today. He attended a dedication ceremony for a new memorial that honors veterans of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. He also rededicated a monument that honors the Persian Gulf War veterans. They're all a part of a large area on the north end of the state capitol grounds known as Veterans Plaza.
Monuments like this stand as symbols of courage, duty, and enduring gratitude because they tell the story of ordinary Americans who answered an extraordinary call.
The Missouri Veterans Commission says roughly 400,000 veterans live in the state of Missouri. That's a little over 8% of our state's population. Tonight, Ozarks First is broadcasting a half-hour special called Veterans Voices. It's dedicated to numerous stories that we've gathered of bravery of several local veterans. We'll also show you several local communities and how they're honoring our nation's heroes. That will air tonight at 6:30, right after this newscast on Color 10. It will also air tonight at 10 o'clock on KOZL Channel 27. Now for a look at our question of the day. We want to know, how are you honoring veterans this Veterans Day? There are several options listed on your screen. You can see Other is winning right now. Cast your vote by scanning the QR code on your screen or going to ozarksfirst.com/vote. We'll be keeping tabs on the results and share them at the end of the show. Stick around. We have your full 7-day forecast that includes a great rebound following the very chilly weather we had Sunday and Monday. Jamie's full 7-day forecast comes up right after the break.
This is Ozarks First News at 6 with Bailey Stroll and Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warder. The outdoor forecast on Ozarks First is sponsored by Don Vance Auto Group. Upfront pricing, down home service. The Bear Nation Update is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks. Ozarks First is proud to support our veterans. Join us as we hear from the brave people who served our country, sharing their stories of service. Veterans Voices, tonight on Ozarks First. Sponsored by the Maples Health and Rehabilitation.
Playing bingo with my friends is so fun, but if I can't see the numbers, I just can't play.
At Missouri Eye Institute, we've been helping patients enjoy their quality time with our cataract services. Our team is with you throughout the entire journey, and our personal approach means no long wait for exams and surgery.
Thanks to Missouri Eye Institute, I'm playing bingo every week, and I won! Bingo!
Missouri Eye Institute, come join us on your journey to a better life.
When I started working for my dad, I was 19 years old. I asked him if I could work at the store. He said no. Before we built the store, he wanted to make sure I was all in.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I want to show you that I'm committed to this store.
Yeah. I know what you're going to say.
And I started unbuttoning my shirt, and he was like, what'd you do, shave your chest? And I had gotten a tattoo of a diamond on my shoulder. And that was when he knew that I was committed for the rest of my life.
Your jeweler for life.
If you have sunken, cracked, or uneven concrete in your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, there's only one local family-owned company to call: Thrasher Foundation Repair. Only Thrasher has been fixing concrete in the Midwest for more than 50 years. Only Thrasher has over 34,000 five-star reviews. Don't wait to fix your concrete. Join over 200,000 happy customers who will tell you there's only one company to call: Thrasher Foundation Repair.
Hi folks, Roger here with Tri-Lakes Ford Chrysler.
Roger, look what I found.
A baseball signed by Babe Ruth?
Never heard of him.
He's the greatest baseball player of all time.
Ooh, let's play catch.
No way, Tri-Lake, this baseball's super rare.
Fine, if you won't play catch with me, at least take me for a ride in that shiny new Jeep Gladiator.
All right, you have a deal.
Come see us at Tri-Lakes Ford Chrysler, where we've got more awesome finds than you can shake a stick at.
Clear, quiet, and cool outside right now. Temperatures have dropped into the low 50s. This after making it into the 60s this afternoon. 65 was today's high. It's pretty remarkable given where we were yesterday. We had a high of 36 degrees yesterday. So we've seen a big jump in temperatures. And of course, our area is no stranger to big changes in short periods of time. Today is infamous for that. November 11th, 1911, the Great Blue Norther. This was a very, very strong cold front that had record highs ahead of it, followed by record lows as an Arctic air mass built in. It also came with 74-mile-per-hour winds here in Springfield for a solid minute. As the cold air rushed into the area with some thunderstorm activity, the temperature fell 40 degrees in less than an hour. And again, that cold front came with rain, hail, and then sleet and snow. So just an amazing day. Of course, today was amazing because we had sunshine and the warmer temperatures. Looking at the pattern across the region, it's quiet. We've got a cold front to the north, warmer air blowing in to the south of that cold front. This cold front, though, that's going to drop into the area by tomorrow morning, it's going to be a flop. It's really not going to change our weather, just the wind direction. We will find high pressure building in at the surface, and that's going to mean light winds on Wednesday. So it looks like a really beautiful day, that combination of sunny skies, light winds, and mild temperatures in the afternoon. As we look ahead to Thursday, that front again fades away. Winds will resume blowing out of the south, and the warmer air will advance further north into Iowa and northern Missouri. So let's get to those temperatures. Overnight tonight, readings will fall back into the 30s, but most areas will stay above the freezing mark. Highs tomorrow will top out in the mid to upper 60s. A few spots down to the south and also southwest will likely hit 70. Looks like a high of about 68 here in Springfield. Then on Thursday, temperatures will climb a little further. Upper 60s to low 70s common across the area, expecting a high near 70 in Springfield. It will come with partly sunny skies, though. Looks like we're going to see a big wave of high cloudiness spreading in from the northwest, moving out during the afternoon hours. But again, it may hinder high temperatures just a little bit on that day. Now, as we get to Friday and Saturday, a big case of weather whiplash, talking about dramatic changes. Yesterday, a high of 36. On Friday, it still looks like we're going to hit 76 degrees, and Saturday looks even warmer. I think upper 70s will be common. That's going to put us very close to record highs both days. In fact, it'll be close on Friday, and I think the odds are looking pretty good that we may tie the record high at least on Saturday afternoon. And of course, it's pretty remarkable that change in fortunes going from the cold weather yesterday to the warm weather that we're going to have going into this upcoming weekend. And you know what? That is the way it works a lot of the time. If you have like one extreme one way, it'll be the other extreme the other way in a short period of time. Looking at the pattern this weekend and next week, we've been tracking the potential for a storm system to impact our area. It looks like that storm is going to get left behind, though, for a time here in the southwestern U.S. It'll get picked up, though, over the weekend as the next trough moves into the western U.S., and that will push the system across the area. But we do have some questions. The track and the timing of the storm is uncertain. The rain or thunderstorm risk with that storm is uncertain. What does look more likely, though, is that a wetter pattern should follow later that week and into the following weekend as we get into a more active pattern. Looking at your 7-day forecast, things also cooling off a little bit as we head into early next week. Bailey?
Thank you, Jamie. Well, the Missouri State men's and women's basketball teams are in action tonight. Mo State baseball is also making some headlines. Here's your Bear Nation update.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Lucy on the Ozarks First digital desk. Missouri State baseball was in the national spotlight on Tuesday. Former Bear Drake Baldwin won the National League Rookie of the Year honor. In our Bear Nation update, that award is handed out by the Baseball Writers of America, and announcing the winner was another Bear alumni, Ryan Howard. Howard and Baldwin are the two Missouri State products to have won Rookie of the Year honors. Howard took the opportunity to give a shout out to Missouri State coach Keith Gutton.
It's the only award here you can win once, man, and you did it, bro. So, he is out there. He's happy for you, bro. We're all happy for you, man. So continued success, man. Keep it going.
Looking back at the start of the year, I would never really thought I was going to be in this position, and even a couple weeks in, I mean, there's so many ups and downs and stuff, and now being able to cap this stuff with this award is just so special.
Drake Baldwin made the Atlanta Braves team out of spring training, hit .274 with 19 homers and 80 RBI this past season. For more sports, watch Ozarks First News at 9 and 10, and I'll see you then.
The Kansas City Royals announcing some changes to its leadership team. Cullen Maxey is now the team's president of business operations. He'll take over for Brooks Sherman, who is becoming the president of real estate and development for the Royals. That means Sherman's primary focus will be finding the next stadium location for the team. It's an effort that will also include Maxey.
Knowing that the vision here is to replicate a little bit of what it was done in Atlanta, where they took a role like Brooks, because it is a massive role where you are developing a mixed-use development, you're developing a stadium, and they created a separate president for that, president of business, president of baseball. They clearly are organized to make this a success.
Still ahead, a woman from the Ozarks is busy right now preparing for Thanksgiving week at the White House. The details next.
The wind rolled in and blew your shingles away. Your ceiling is dripping, but it's okay. Call Absolute. Absolute. A leaky roof can be a downer. Don't trust your home to no out-of-towners. Call Absolute. Absolute. Call Absolute. Absolute. Call Absolute. Absolute.
When disaster strikes, we don't see damage, we see an opportunity to give back, help others, and take care of what matters most. I'm Samuel with U.S. Disaster Restoration. We are more than just a company. We are your local family-owned restoration team, dedicated to restoring hope and rebuilding lives after every disaster. Whether it's fire, water, mold, or trauma, we serve our communities and local businesses with faith, wisdom, honesty, through teamwork and positive attitude.
Need a replacement part fast? Text us a photo and we'll find it in store for you. Harry Cooper Supply.
Mr. Callahan, I believe when the temperature drops, your home should feel like a warm hug.
Definitely better than a cold surprise.
That's why we make sure your furnace is ready when you need it most.
Like most every day now?
And night. From tune-up and repairs to brand new energy-efficient systems.
We're very efficient.
With service you can trust.
And lifetime warranty.
Callahan Heating and Cooling, where your comfort is our calling. New slogan.
Work on it.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend.
So happy together.
And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Red Tag. Now well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. Plus, Costco executive members can get a 1215 members-only incentive.
Coming up tomorrow on Unscripted, we're kicking off our Putting the Ozarks First holiday food drive live from Hy-Vee.
And we'll show you another adorable animal who needs a forever home with our friends from Care Animal Rescue. See you bright and early tomorrow morning.
This Veterans Day, Ozarks First is honoring local veterans and sharing their incredible stories, including a Springfield man who just turned 100 years old. Sergeant Ben LaFon served in the Army Air Force in the 1940s. He shared his memories of what life was like during some of the major moments of World War II. He entered the service 2 months before D-Day and then was deployed to Munich, Germany shortly after the World War ended.
We were doing inspection work on trains that came in with airplane parts and all kinds of things. It was so destroyed. Even the train depot, it was literally bombed and it was pieces.
You can hear his full story, including his interactions with a German POW and the treacherous trip back from overseas on our website, ozarksfirst.com. And a quick reminder, you can catch our half-hour special called Veterans Voices following this newscast right here on Color 10 at 6:30, and you can also watch it tonight at 10 o'clock on KOZL. A live look now at the White House in Washington, D.C. as it's approaching 7:30 in our nation's capital tonight. The White House will soon be decorated for the holiday season, and a Lamar, Missouri resident will be helping with those decorative efforts. Let us introduce you to her. That's Jane Moyer. She's an interior designer who was selected as a White House volunteer decorator. Around 300 designers and florists nationwide are selected as part of a program through First Lady Melania Trump's office. And this year marks the first time Moyer even applied for the program, and she got in.
I just had to keep reading it and thinking, is this really true? And just pinching myself, is this really true? And the goosebumps were just, of course, everywhere.
She's making us proud back here in the Ozarks. Moyer's time at the White House will last from November 24th through the 30th. And don't forget about our question of the day. How are you honoring veterans on this holiday? Scan the QR code or go to ozarksfirst.com/vote. We'll be sharing the results in just a little over a minute. Stay with us.
The Bear Nation Update is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks.
A new chapter of patient care is moving medicine forward at the new Plaza West Tower at Barnes Jewish Hospital. Built on a storied foundation of nationally recognized heart and vascular care, where compassionate care that leads to innovation meets advanced medical breakthroughs that come to the bedside to provide a place for hope and healing for each and every patient. Barnes Jewish Hospital and WashU Medicine, reaching new heights in heart and vascular care.
This Veterans Day, News Nation's Leland Vittert goes inside the nation's most historic military academy.
If there is an inspirational spot, it's here.
And sits down with Bill O'Reilly to explore the leadership that built America's military legacy.
They were incredible at defeating the enemy.
And how bravery and heroism made the United States a world superpower.
Unbelievable.
America's Greatest Warriors, tonight at 10/9 Central, only on News Nation.
Once upon a time, there was a big house. A man from a national company told the lady her house was in danger of falling down. Luckily, the lady called the Snells brothers. They came and gave her an honest estimate, and the problem was fixed.
All right, a look at the results. 62% of people choosing other. I'm trying to think of what that would be. Maybe a Facebook post, a phone call to their veteran, a text message. I would go with that.
We thank them for their service.
We do. We thank you for your service, all the veterans out there. Now join us for the news at 6:30 on KRBK.
CBS Friday is all new, and it's not just another night of television. It's a smoke show.
Guilty as charged. How do you keep the personal and professional separate? That's not what we do. I know when something's up, something you're not telling me.
There's something.
Danny, you have a reputation.
You're for getting things done. CBS Fridays heating up. All new episodes Friday starting at 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus.
John Wayne Heating and Air wants to save you thousands. Take advantage of 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system. Call John Wayne Heating and Air and save big before November 30th for 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system.
Christmas to Christmas.
Sunday, December 7th, enjoy the legendary hits and Christmas songs of Lee Greenwood, live in the pavilion at Downstream Casino Resort.
Gladly stand up.
Tickets on sale at downstreamcasino.com and at the Hackathon gift shop. Lee Greenwood, Sunday, December 7th, live in the pavilion at Downstream Casino Resort.
God bless the USA.
Host unforgettable events with SCS Home Entertainment. From music to meetings, we have the right gear for every occasion. Explore options at scshomeentertainment.com or call 417-887-9558 today.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend.
So happy together.
And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Red Tag. Now well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
Most of it was fun. I enjoyed most of it. There's a few times people trying to kill me that kind of put a damper on it, but other than that, it was a lot of fun.
Sure. Well, coming up on Next Star's Veterans Voices special, you see them every day at the grocery store and at your job. The brave men and women that put their lives on the line for you and their country, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's huge for the community. It brings awareness of veterans and what they've done for the country.
Well, tonight we're telling their stories. Next Star's Veterans Voices special starts right now.
And now, Veterans Voices, sponsored by the Maples Health and Rehabilitation.
When Germany surrendered, it was a big thing. But then Japan surrendering, man, I mean, everyone, all of us were just thrilled.
And welcome here to your Veterans Voices special. I'm Mike Landis. At 100 years old, World War II veteran Ben Laffin can still recall the details of his journey from a Texas farm boy to a sergeant in the Army Air Force. He lives right here in Springfield and shared his story with our Jesse Inman.
I was born on September the 29th, 1925, southwest of Fort Worth, on my dad's farm. My grandpa, he was a Civil War veteran.
Ben Laffon's early life in rural Texas was simple. Then came 1939 and the start of World War II.
Everything was pretty normal, really, for us before Pearl Harbor. But when Pearl Harbor occurred, that was a different story.
December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. Laffon, just 16, too young to enlist, but old enough to understand how much life was about to change.
And of course, Roosevelt made a real speech that day and declared war.
A date which will live in infamy.
In 1944, April 17th, I went into service.
Weeks after entering basic training, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy.
So many veterans went in on D-Day. It was terrible, really, in many ways. It was the beginning of the end for Germany.
LaFawn began flight training a few months later, and by the following year, in 1945, victory was achieved in Europe and Japan. While he never flew in combat, he still went to Germany after the war.
I didn't go overseas until November of 1945. Right out of Munich, the southern part of Germany, it was so destroyed. Even the train depot, it was literally bombed and it was pieces.
LaFawn shipped home in the summer of 1946 and remembers that return voyage like it was yesterday. Nearly 80 years later, it's a memory that still fills him with pride and perspective.
Such respect to the soldiers. It was extraordinary, really. There should be gratitude for our servicemen. Deep gratitude.
In Springfield, Jesse Inman, Ozarks First.
Well, using history to honor our nation's heroes, there's a group of veterans and volunteers in Springfield who have an interactive way to share their stories. I have more on how they're making sure our veterans' sacrifices are not forgotten.
I like to inform people of what's going on, just different stories of our lives.
Gary Keene is just one of the many volunteers who guide guests on a walk through time at the Air and Military Museum of the Ozarks.
It gives them a different perspective, I think.
His 41 years serving the military in active duty and as a civilian provide plenty of stories to share.
Most of it was fun. I enjoyed most of it. There's a few times people trying to kill me that kind of put a damper on it, but other than that, it was a lot of fun.
All of these artifacts are fascinating.
I'd like to tell the history of it.
And then there's this helicopter from the Vietnam War, a favorite of Ron Cutter, who's been with the museum for decades.
At that time, I got interested to restore everything here. And so I'm sitting in a Cobra helicopter, and so I decided, why not make it do something? And so I made it come alive.
Well, these men and women bring their expertise to keep everything in shape, but it's the stories behind these relics that make an impact.
Oh, we want them to come in. We want to know what went on. We want them to visually see and touch things that we touched.
The stories like that of Lieutenant William Patton, an airman from the Ozarks who went missing in action during World War II. His remains and plane found in France in 2001. And now these portions of his aircraft are a tangible reminder of his sacrifice and the price that so many have paid.
What's important are the people who walk through the front door, especially if they're veterans, and to get to hear their stories and tell them my stories, and it's just the camaraderie.
Mike Landis, Ozarks First, Springfield.
October 7th, 2001, we started flying combat missions into Afghanistan.
Well, coming up, an Ozarks native who piloted B-52s following 9/11, sharing his story of resilience, how he's helping others heal the invisible wounds that come from a life of service.
At the Maples Health and Rehabilitation Center, we take pride in providing an exceptional care experience for our patients and family. Whether your journey is in long-term care or recovery in skilled nursing, we're dedicated to providing an individualized patient care that is warm and loving in a home-like atmosphere. Our devoted staff advocates for you and your loved ones, ensuring the best care is provided. Come visit your Maples Health and Rehabilitation family, where your health care feels like home.
Welcome to the Lake of the Ozarks. Hi, I'm Jordan Salisbury, the owner and founder of the Salisbury Real Estate Team and Salisbury Property Management. Born and raised here at Lake of the Ozarks, I've loved growing up here, and I'm now raising my young family here.
I don't see any fish.
I've been selling the lake for almost 20 years, and we specialize in selling and managing lakefront property. So whether you're buying like a local, staying like a local, we want you to live like a local.
Greenlight, voted Southwest Missouri favorite and your go-to for quick, convenient service. With 3 locations across the Southwest Missouri area, we're never far away. Our drive-through and express windows make it easy to get in, get out, and get on with your day. Our award-winning service is powered by a team of experts dedicated to making your experience seamless and enjoyable. It's no wonder we've been voted the best. Convenient locations, fast service, knowledgeable staff. That's the green light difference. Visit us today.
I then realized that I had something to be very proud of.
Well, tonight we're introducing you to a Texas native who served our country as an Army nurse during Vietnam. Our Alexia Serrato walks us through her memorable journey.
And I was working the night shift, which meant that I was working with 2 other corpsmen.
Born and raised in San Benito, Janice Speck wanted to be a nurse for as long as she can remember. She attended Baylor University when a unique offer was presented her sophomore year.
They told us about a program that both the Army and the Navy had that would pay for our last 2 years of nursing school in exchange for a 3-year obligation in the military.
Speck decided to commit to the Army. She joined her former husband, an Army dust-off pilot who she met while in nursing school in Vietnam.
We were able to be over there together, which was a big help to us both, well, mainly psychologically, because we could talk to each other.
Speck was put on a medical floor where she worked night shifts 60 hours a week, treating patients who had tropical diseases, standard medical conditions, and even snake bites. On occasion, she would get sent to the emergency room, where she recalls some of her darkest moments.
Someone who had had 3 or 4 extremities amputated and trying to tell his girlfriend that he would be okay. That part was very traumatic.
After a year in Vietnam, she requested to be transferred to Georgia to work in obstetrics, a field that always piqued her interest. Not only did she get the transfer approved, she also got an unexpected promotion.
Head of the OB department. I'd never done OB. Well, it seems that I was the only military RN that would be in the OB department.
Speck served 5 years in the Army before moving back to the Valley. She was a labor and delivery nurse for over 40 years, working in 4 different Valley hospitals.
It was the biggest blessing of my life to be able to make a good income doing something that I loved and I felt like I was good at, and I helped my patients.
Today, she enjoys reading, spending time with her grandson, and is the only female member of the Vietnam Veterans of America and Veterans of Foreign Wars. She hopes to inspire young girls who have witnessed her contributions not only to the Army, but throughout her entire career as a nurse.
Everybody that was over there was a Vietnam vet. We couldn't have survived without cooks, without mail clerks, and without nurses. And so I then realized that I had something to be very proud of.
In Harlingen, I'm Alexia Serrata.
Oh, a man from right here in our community sacrificed more than 20 years of his life to serve our nation. Chris Baird graduated from Ozark High School and went on to fly B-52 bombers as part of the first squadron that deployed following 9/11. Well, today he's retired, raising his family in Springfield and continuing to serve through a nonprofit that helps warriors heal. Bailey Stroll has his story for us.
Just about 10 days later after 9/11, I left a beautiful bride at home and a brand new baby. And it really got real at that point.
Ozarks native Chris Baird has always had a heart to serve. It's what led him to the U.S. Air Force and becoming a pilot, taking him far away from home and his family.
It can take a toll. You know, missed birthdays. My oldest daughter was 6 before I ever even saw a birthday.
The deployments meant Chris was sometimes flying for 18 hours straight, often protecting troops on the ground, including one mission that would later make it to Hollywood.
A Green Beret unit, ODA 595, or better known as Horse Soldiers, that was depicted in the movie 12 Strong. And we were the B-52 unit that supported them through close air support as they fought their way up into the mountains of Afghanistan.
Today, he works for the Warrior's Journey, a Springfield-based but worldwide nonprofit helping veterans heal invisible wounds and preparing for life outside the military.
20 years in the military, that's all you know. And those invisible wounds can be anywhere from PTSD, isolation, lack of identity, so many things, and so which ultimately can lead to thoughts of suicide and substance abuse. The Warrior's Journey gave me that opportunity to not only just have that be able to serve, but to serve veterans. And it's really been a blessing to be part of this organization and do what we get to do every day.
In Springfield, Bailey Stroll, Ozarks First.
And coming up, we're showing you how one local teenager raised money so veterans could have a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
This holiday season, shop smart and save. Make appliances for less your only stop because our deals are unbeatable. From double ovens for the big meal to the perfect gift for someone special, Appliances for Less has you covered. Name brand open box appliances with a free 1-year warranty. Appliances for Less, shop smart this season.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Missouri. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is coming soon to Missouri. New customers score $300 in bonus bets when you bet $5 once we're live. The crown is yours.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
At an 11% rebate at Menards. Brighten up your workspace with a 15,000 lumen 4-panel LED light from GT Light. It features 4 adjustable panels, allowing you to shine light where you need it most. It's $14.99 after rebate. Upgrade your home's appearance with a new ideal garage door. Shop the largest in-stock selection of garage doors, or design your own using our free step-by-step design program. This 9x7 garage door is $449.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This holiday season, shop smart and save. Make appliances for less your only stop because our deals are unbeatable. From double ovens for the big meal to the perfect gift for someone special, Appliances for Less has you covered. Name brand open box appliances with a free 1-year warranty. Appliances for Less, shop smart this season.
I just happened to be the lucky one that got paired up with him. He's a phenomenal young man.
And one local teenager wanted to be a guardian on the last honor flight of the Ozarks, so he raised money to pay for his ticket. Luke Legris only had to raise $500, but ended up raising $2,000. Carissa Cordell brings us his story.
I was looking for volunteer opportunities with our veterans and military personnel, and I was offered a slot as a guardian on this flight if I could raise the money for it.
18-year-old Luke Legris raised the money for his ticket and then some.
$1,500 was donated to the Honor Flight of the Ozarks program.
Legris was able to accompany a veteran as they toured the war memorials in Washington, D.C.
I just happened to be the lucky one that got paired up with him. He's a phenomenal young man.
I'm beyond thrilled for this opportunity to, let alone just be with him for one day. So I'm very honored. The things that they did are beyond what the history books could even tell.
He tells me he's most excited to see the tomb of the unknown soldier.
I just think that's just a very big memorial to pay respect to.
For Legris, this isn't just a chance to learn about history.
I really look up to these people before me, and I hope to follow in their footsteps one day.
It's a chance to prepare for his future as he wants to go into the U.S. Air Force when he graduates.
My grandpa was a naval aviator, and so that also just paid a big portion of inspiration to me.
It's just not every day that you're going to find a 18, 19-year-old high school kid that cares enough, let alone one that wants to run around all day with a bunch of old people.
He's currently in flight school to become a pilot with 2 solo trips already under his belt.
If there's one thing every veteran has in common, it's resilience. And that means different things to different veterans. But for Navy veteran Jackie Tripp, it was her key and experience navigating the military as a woman in the 1970s. Ben Morris shares her story of pushing through adversity and making history aboard the trip of a lifetime to the nation's capital.
Since 2013, Central Valley Honor Flight has provided a world-class experience to the veterans of Central California, escorting them across the sky to to the U.S. Capitol. This flight, the 32nd out of Fresno, includes 73 veterans, 5 of them women, including Navy veteran Jackie Tripp.
I'm blessed. I am totally blessed, and I'm just so honored to be a part of all of this.
Each Central Valley Honor Flight is a 3-day adventure filled with sightseeing, visiting monuments and memorials, and even an in-depth tour of the Capitol building. A flight Tripp wasn't expecting to be on.
I wasn't supposed to be here. I had originally signed my husband up for it, and then as a fluke I thought, oh well, I'll sign me up because they probably won't pick me.
The next thing she knew, she and her husband, Navy veteran Dick, and their daughters were here in D.C. A visit well earned following her time in the service, which all started in 1975. Tripp enlisted after being inspired by her Navy veteran dad and aunt who served in the Women's Army Corps during World War II. But from the beginning, she faced scrutiny and speed bumps in the male-dominated field.
I did bump a lot of men out of their barracks, out of their shore duty, out of a lot of stuff, and there was some resentment, and they threw it at me.
Her first assignment was supposed to be aboard the historic Old Ironsides, the USS Constitution, which was first launched back in 1797 until she was told women weren't allowed, and was instead sent to Japan to serve as a librarian and a career counselor. From there, she was sent to Naval Submarine Base Bangor in Washington State to work as a radio operator, where she was the only enlisted woman. But in Washington, it was the officers' wives that didn't want her in the Radio Shack, so she became a message runner for the executive officer instead, before finishing her career with the Navy's Construction Battalion. A roller coaster ride in the service, all coming back to her.
I never realized how much pain I carried because I didn't go to Vietnam, even though I was in the Vietnam era.
But it's pain a trip like this is helping heal while providing her a deeper understanding of her male counterparts.
To be able to let that go, to know that and understand that they were playing a very important part of it all. And, you know, I'm sorry that I was in their way, but I'm not sorry that I was there to support them.
Though healing is a major part of each honor flight, on the final day of Tripp's journey, she was hit with the ultimate shock. The chance to accomplish one of her life's dreams, laying the wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Today was just mind-blowing. I would have never imagined to be selected to do what they asked me to do. It was a complete surprise and a total honor.
It also makes her the first woman in 32 Central Valley Honor flights spanning over a decade to do so.
It is always cool to represent women. I don't think there's enough of us, and I think we still get lost in the shuffle.
Now, after accomplishing one dream, she's already thinking about the next.
I would like to see more women out front, and my dream is to have an honor flight with nothing but women.
Reporting from Fresno, I'm Ben Morris.
Well, coming up, we're taking you to Willard, where the community came together to celebrate the 250th birthday of the Army, Navy, and Marine Corps.
At the Maples Health and Rehabilitation Center, we take pride in providing an exceptional care experience for our patients and family. Whether your journey is in long-term care or recovery in skilled nursing, we're dedicated to providing an individualized patient care that is warm and loving in a home-like atmosphere. Our devoted staff advocates for you and your loved ones, ensuring the best care is provided. Come visit your Maples Health and Rehabilitation family, where your health care feels like home.
When your alarm goes off, get going with Daybreak. The first thing you need, first thing in the morning. Daybreak on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
Get this, FanDuel is coming to Missouri.
Yeah, it is.
I'm pumped. Let's go.
Download America's #1 sportsbook now, Missouri. Bet $5 and get up to $300 when we go live on December 1st.
We don't want to see homeowners falling through their floors.
Certainly not.
So as the symptom goes, moisture, mildew, mold, any of that stuff.
That's bad. Wood doesn't like water. Every house that is on a crawl space needs an encapsulation.
It's so important, man. If this doesn't get done, like what happens to polite society now?
When your flooring's in jeopardy, ain't nobody safe.
Get a free inspection from a certified expert at Foundation Recovery Systems, a Groundworks company.
Many law firms don't list their verdicts and settlements on their website because behind their slick commercials, there's no real trial experience. But we are proud to list our results. Compare firms and hire the best for you.
Big results, low fees. Visit bradbradshaw.com.
Well, the annual Western Greene County Veterans Day Parade took place in Willard earlier this month. It celebrated the 250th birthday of the Army, Navy, and Marine Corps. Ozarks First Michael McLaughlin attended that parade and spoke to the organizer and another veteran on what the event means to them.
The parade started 9 years ago as a grassroots effort. Since then, it's become a beloved tradition for the city of Willard.
9 years running. We've had over 100 entrants in the parade every year.
One of the original organizers, Doug Johnson, says he initially proposed the parade to another city, but it was Willard that made it a reality.
Went to the city of Springfield, asked to get permission or whatever to do the parade, and I really didn't get much response from them. So I went to the city of Willard and asked them about having it out here, and they said absolutely.
They did face some obstacles to get the event to the level of where it is now.
The challenging part was just getting the word out, to people that we're having a parade, the flyers, the advertisement. We originally started with some food in the park, and we're having some events going on in the park, and it was just trying to make all the nuts and bolts to make something happen.
Johnson tells me it's helped put the small city on the map as they see people coming from outside of Willard to attend.
Ash Grove, Walnut Grove, Republic, Brighton. I mean, everybody around here, they all come, they enjoy it here. It's not the big town hassle, small town, and just love it.
After the parade, a flag retirement ceremony was held at Jackson Street Park. Arnold Wilkerson says it's great to see the community out for both of these events.
It's huge for the community. It brings awareness of veterans and what they've done for the country.
Ahead of Veterans Day, Johnson reflected on his own service and what this day means for him.
Great comfort to your heart when you're on the street and seeing all these kids, parents, waving flags and saluting you and saluting the flags as they go by. It's just a very patriotic day.
I'm told that the 10th annual parade seeks to be even bigger and better. Reporting in Willard, I'm Michael McLaughlin, Ozarks First.
Veterans from all over the country reuniting in Branson for the Veterans Homecoming Week. It was a week full of events kicking off last Wednesday, which led up to the 93rd annual Veterans Day Parade that took place today. Veterans and the public headed out to ballparks of America. That's where Veterans Task Force hosted hangouts, which included dozens of vendors along with a mess hall lunch.
Here's where we get to, communicate with our fellow brothers, people we can talk to about the stuff that we can't talk to other people about, and the camaraderie we have. Basically, this is another family.
And stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
At the Maples Health and Rehabilitation Center, we take pride in providing an exceptional care experience for our patients and family. Whether your journey is in long-term care or recovery in skilled nursing, we're dedicated to providing an individualized patient care that is warm and loving in a home-like atmosphere. Our devoted staff advocates for you and your loved ones, ensuring the best care is provided. Come visit your Maples Health and Rehabilitation family, where your health care feels like home.
And he's got it. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown!
Hold up. This cheer isn't for the game. It's for the hundreds saved on their roof. Here's how you can, too.
You can get $1 off per yard gained with your favorite team against a new roof of 3,000 square feet or more. And it doesn't matter if your team is professional, college, or high school. We're going to celebrate with you.
Branson Springfield Roof Co. Call 844-TOP-THAT.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
And you can find more Veterans Voices stories on our website. Just go to OzarksFirst.com and hover over the Living Ozarks tab and click on Veterans Voices. That's all we have for you here tonight. Thanks so much for joining us here on Nexstar's Veterans Voices special. And thank you to all the veterans for serving our country. Have a great evening.
Weather in the Ozarks is always changing. That's why the Ozarks First weather team is always there.
We're there when you need us, giving you the most accurate forecast.
Anytime.
On any screen, so you know how to prepare.
Tracking severe storms, heat advisories, flooding, anything that will affect your day.
So you're ready no matter where you live in the Ozarks.
We're there when you need us. Ozarks First. First in weather. First for you.
Is your home's crown jewel losing its shine? Introducing Teague Roofing Plus. With a rich legacy and over 1,000 successful projects, we've become synonymous with reliability and quality. Our licensed and professional roofers are committed to delivering the highest standard of craftsmanship. Whether it's repair or replacement, we ensure your roof is not just a structure, but a shield, offering you peace of mind no matter the weather. Teague Roofing Plus, keeping you covered. Connect with us at TeagueRoofingPlus.com.
Buffalo Run Casino and Resort is proud to welcome pop punk rockers Bowling for Soup to the Peoria Showplace stage Saturday, November 29th. Get your 18 and up tickets now at BuffaloRun.com. Saturday, November 29th, it's Bowling for Soup at Buffalo Run Casino and Resort, I-44 exit 313, Miami, Oklahoma.
Harper's in a bit of a pickle.
No kidding.
But she doesn't have to be. As a Central Bank customer, Harper has access to our money manager that tracks spending,
When did I subscribe to that?
making it easier to save for what she really wants without the side hustle.
One ticket to Italy, please.
Dream bigger, Harper? Get two!
Two?
For that girl in a jam over there.
John Wayne Heating and Air wants to save you thousands. Take advantage of 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system. Call John Wayne Heating and Air and save big before November 30th for 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Grant Olson with Innovative Dental, where we do smiles through innovation. Now get ready for CBS Primetime.
Innovative Dental invites you to enjoy primetime programming on CBS.
Keep smiling, it looks good on you.
New CBS Next.
The crime happened 33 years ago.
One of Gibbs' first cases. Mark Harmon returns in the NCIS crossover event, starting now on CBS.